as much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.
Okay. What about you?
Hi, I am, most people know me as Mama Blonde Bombshell, or you can call me Mama Bombshell, Mama B. I'm 44 years old. I'm from all over the West Coast, currently residing here in Los Angeles. And I am a social media personality. I also do OnlyFans.
Here we go again.
And before that, I was a licensed esthetician and certified makeup artist, working in the beauty industry for the last 15 years.
Got it. Okay. And you are related.
Yeah, that's my mom.
This is my daughter.
Oh my God.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
With a mom like that, you had no shot at life, kid.
It's cute, guys.
You guys, mother, daughter, and wait, question. So, hold on. Wait.
No worries.
And you guys both do OnlyFans.
I actually
Do you do it together?
I actually no, we would never do that.
We do like safe for work social media together, but not
So
safe for
basically
work.
what
No.
happened was I was telling her, I was like, you're hot, Mom. Like, you should like do something with that, because there's a bunch of stuff that happened with her job and I was trying to hype her up, and then she really hopped on it and she just like blew up on Instagram. Like all of a sudden, like she just got like, she's at like 400K already on there.
That's amazing.
And so because she was doing, I was dancing. And then because of that, like I seen how much she was doing like good on there. And I was like, okay, well, I might as well try it doing it, because I danced already. So it was like better because I wasn't like actually in front of everybody all the time, you know, or like.
I could already tell the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
It wasn't always like I have to drive far, and it was just a lot easier and a little bit more comfortable to be able to do. And I got to travel and like do more things like that. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
And so like, so you helped your mom out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, she
actually, like,
encouraged
that's
me.
really
She's like,
sweet.
Mom, you're hot. Have you ever thought about doing OnlyFans?
Yeah.
And at first I was like, no. And then she was like, Mom. And I had other people in my life that were really like, hey, have you ever thought about doing OnlyFans? And I was like,
Look, you're looking fucking
yeah.
hot for your age, girl.
Well,
so
guess what?
Get it.
over 81,000 people think the same. And I was just like,
81,000.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My
And
goodness.
so for
my ego would
But
be.
no, it's really nice. It's really nice to be able to like travel with her, and it's like a comfort thing, because you know sometimes when you go to like collab houses or places like this, like you don't really know anyone, you don't know how they're gonna be.
What's a
So it's
house?
nice. So it's like basically a content house. So you go and everybody goes and you like guys make content, reels, like OF content, whatever,
TikTok,
and TikToks, YouTube, things like that. And then so it's nice to be able to have her with me, so that because there's been some incidents where there's been some things like foul stuff that's happened at those houses that, you know, if I was alone, that I wouldn't really feel safe. But because I had my mom there, like she was there to be like,
to teach
you
her
know,
the rules
That's
and
nice.
like,
This place
you know,
and we wear the same
Scary.
clothes, so I take all of her clothes.
a clap house. So it's
Collab.
A collab.
So
collab
it's
house.
basically like a bunch of influencers or OnlyFans
Yeah.
girls, and they all get together and
Yeah.
They all get together and do their daily freak-offs. That's what it is.
Nasty bitch.
We're trying to call you.
Yeah.
like,
just
yeah,
FYI,
make
Andrew.
Instagrams, TikToks,
Gave you a-
Oh my
YouTube.
god, that
OnlyFans.
sounds kind of fun.
And
I know it
Yeah.
is super fun.
Check
Honestly.
your
I
Discord.
couldn't do it, but it sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot sometimes,
A lot of
but
people think that I got her in, and they're like, "You're such a bad influence," and I'm like, "It's the
I
opposite,
influenced her.
honey." Like,
I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, getting your money. It's been a nice experience.
I literally want my mom to do it too, because my mom is so pretty too.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But she doesn't want to like. She like supports me though.
I love that.
That's
like,
I'm sensing there's not even at least one male presence in their lives.
awesome.
She is a model. Like she modeled for Elite Management, and
Oh, that's awesome.
She's so gorgeous. Like
I love that.
I love your guys dynamic.
Oh, thank
So
you.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, I always think it's better for your parents to be there to support you, because at the end of the day, like, you're going to make the decision you make anyway. So I feel like, for example, like growing up, you know, it's like if you're going to do something like as a kid, like you might as well be safe at home doing it, or like things like that, you know, like people that are going to go out and drink, like if you're going to drink and stuff like that at a young age,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
you might as well have like actual protection and things like that.
You
So
have
I
a
think
support
that's
open
exactly. And then at the end of the day, it's like people don't even want to do it. Like what? Like there's a place in Amsterdam where all the all the drugs are legal, but no one even does drugs because it's so accessible. So it's like if someone's there to like tell you, like, you know, like you could do these things or whatever and support you, a lot of times people won't even want to do that, or you feel safer doing it, or like comfortable, and you don't have to go and lie. That's when a lot of times people get like
give us the show.
in trouble, is because they're like lying to their parents and trying to hide things, and then that's when things go bad. So
You should never feel comfortable doing OF with your family members. That's just crossing the line.
To mention, so many parents would be really judgmental about it.
Yeah.
And like I've heard stories of OnlyFans girls being like disowned by their parents.
Yeah.
So it's so like nice that there's just like complete juxtaposition.
Yeah.
And that's
Can I ask a question about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you said you started doing OF first?
Well, no, she started. So I basically told her that she should be like doing like Instagram and stuff
She
like that.
encouraged me.
And then so she blew up, and then I started.
Yeah.
So in like a mother-daughter dynamic like that, whether it's the mother or the daughter first,
You gotta click.
there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that happens to you as, even if you don't do OF, if you just do influencing, would you want your parent or your daughter to go through that? Like, for example, stalkers, like the immense amount of hate, all that other kind of stuff. Like, I wouldn't, don't get me wrong, Mom, if you're watching, you're a bombshell. But I would never want my mom to go through it because of the things that I've gone through. Just knowing how little I've been here.
But if you think about it, like no matter what you do, like there's going to be something and an issue with anything. Like even like, for example, if we don't do OnlyFans, like I walk down the street and people harass and stalk anyways.
Can't even go to the beach.
So it's like at the end of the day, might as well make money off something that somebody's trying to, they're going to just react that way anyways. We would literally go on the beach and people would try to take pictures with us and like get in a line, like a line of people taking pictures with us. Like, you know what I mean? And then there's people that harass like for no reason. And that was before we ever even did the OnlyFans. So to be honest with you, I already kind of dealt with that always. So for me, it was like, I'm already going to deal with it anyway. So it's not really anything that's going to change it, except for now I'm going to actually get something from that.
I've never understood that concept. Since I get sexualized everywhere I go, might as well make money off of it. It sounds like cope to me, or maybe just excusing bad behavior.
I see what you're saying, but then like, you know, there are a lot of beautiful women in the world. Like every single woman around this table is gorgeous, and just because you are beautiful you might get wolf whistled in the street doesn't mean that you need to feel the need to monetize it, you know.
But it was just something that I was going to do anyway, so it was like,
well, and not only that, even if you are a social media personality and you're not doing OnlyFans, you are opening yourself to the haters out there.
Yeah, everyone knows what's going to happen if you do
I'm
it.
Doing OnlyFans or not, if I am presenting, even before I started OnlyFans, I did makeup and skincare reels and TikToks and went live, and I got just as much hate educating women about cosmetics and skincare.
So no matter what,
sometimes even more than what I do now.
So you can't base like what you're going to do off of what other people's actions are.
Yeah. No, I 1000% agree.
But can I ask you a question? By being whatever beauty influencer or whatever you said you are, the difference between that and being, you know, in the OnlyFans kind of world, I think that you're not going to get as much hate if you're teaching a girl how to apply her mascara.
I don't think someone's going to send you your address in your DMs the night that you land in your Airbnb.
What was that?
So no one's going to send you the address of your Airbnb in your Instagram DMs if you're just posting makeup. You know what I mean?
Well, you never know that. Some people will. Like it depends on what the type of who the person is.
Moving on. So when did you have her?
I had her in 2002. So when I was 21.
Got it. Okay. Is dad still in the picture?
Yeah,
or?
I've been married for 24 years.
You guys are married. Okay, got it. What about you?
She's married? There's a dad in the picture? This is how you're running your household? Bro, hold this L.
Quite a difference from our last show, because last show we had no OnlyFans girls, and then this show we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the panel. So like half the panel does OF. So a switcheroo.
Fourth one.
What's that?
Who's the fourth one?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Unless Crystal or Pervin.
No, I don't do OnlyFans.
OF.
I have morals.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Crystal with a slight jab.
In a fucking bad
I feel like it really just depends on what your morals
Depend
are.
on anything. I'm
Well,
not
everyone
gonna
has
sell
different morals, so-
I don't know if you're aware of that.
I can hear you.
Cat fight.
I just think it's very wrong.
Correct morals, and some of us don't.
Yeah, well, it just depends. Like some people just have different morals, and that's just how it is.
I think it's morally okay to pop your pussy.
I do.
online.
But that's your
Do you?
opinion and what you believe in.
And I don't live my
and
life off
we
of other
respect
people's
that from
opinions.
you.
So
Yeah.
But
what are
that's
your
not
guys'
always-
person? And I treat people with respect. And if I choose to do what I want to do with my body, then that's
Go for
myself. But I'm not a bitch or anything like that.
Just don't play victim at the end of the day. That's all we ask. You chose to walk that path, so own it.
So that's at least my
No
moral.
one said that you were a bitch.
Like, you're
No one
being
said
kind
that
of
you were a bitch.
Yeah, you are being
your
rude. I'm saying you are being a
energy
bitch.
radiating.
But it's okay because not all of us can do it because not all of us look like that. So
Okay, your
Sounds
pussy.
weird.
What does the look of
I have a lot to
anyone
say
have
about this,
anything
but I'm
to do
gonna-
with selling your pussy?
it's okay. That's
have
definitely
you seen
it.
the way you look? I don't
For
know.
clarification purposes,
What is
like
that
I just
supposed to mean?
Doesn't every single woman walking the planet, well, depending on what we define as a woman, I don't want to get in trouble, have a vagina?
Yes,
Does that make
Wow, great point. Astute point, Cambridge or wait, Nottingham or whatever.
Yeah,
Love
because
that. Well done.
you know, one thing I'll say is I admire the bravery. Like,
Thank you.
because I personally could never do that. I would be I'd feel insecure.
There's nothing brave about doing OF. You're using the wrong word. It's more like desperate.
Wait,
I-
bravery to do what?
Well, it's in a sense, in a way, you've got to be pretty fucking ballsy
Extremely.
and sorry to swear again, Brian, and brave, like to be able to. I personally feel as a woman, it's not natural to.
Say it. It's shameless.
I feel like everybody's.
expose myself on camera to potentially millions of men.
For
That,
clarification
to me, doesn't feel
purposes,
very natural. So that's what I mean. It takes, I guess, some bravery to or something.
Yeah, but hang on. By that metric, wouldn't it be brave to be a serial killer?
But we're not doing that, so that doesn't even make sense.
Well,
It's a completely
hang on.
different
That's-
topic.
that's not-
Ask the question. Let me ask her the question.
There's not that much
Wouldn't it
difference.
be the case? Hang on. Wouldn't it be the case by that metric that it would be brave to be a serial killer?
Yeah, actually, Andrew, you're
Yeah.
completely right. And I think I didn't word it correctly. What I mean is it takes some kind of, there's something that, I basically what I'm trying to say.
shamelessness.
Usually I articulate myself quite eloquently. I couldn't do it. That's what I'm trying to say.
And if
It's
you can't
something
do
that-
it, then that's exactly something that I
But-
feel like.
Yeah, you can't do it because you have morals and standards. That's what the other girl was trying to say.
Other people shouldn't judge what other people do with their lives because it's their life.
Don't get me wrong. I could do it, but I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah,
It wouldn't feel natural to me.
and that's fine.
But I also just don't want to be slammed for being mean to
Yeah.
girls who do OnlyFans, because at the end of the day, there's the millions and millions of men who are paying for this.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Not
so-
everybody knows what people go through in their lives and the reasons why things happen. They just,
Well, I just
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
think that sex has been sold since the beginning of time.
True, it's
Since
the
men
oldest
have came
profession.
onto
and
this
everybody's
planet.
gonna have sex anyway.
Cope.
So it's like if someone chooses to do it a certain way that they feel like they want to do it, I
And
don't feel like
we
it
don't
does
only
to
just sell
respect
sex.
people's
But do you
morals.
sell
But do you understand
Like
the
morals is a crazy thing to say.
morals, but do you understand the damage that you're doing to society? Because do you understand that now men are no longer hunters?
Well, they were
are not-
already gonna do that anyways because,
Sorry,
like
you
I said, it's
interrupted
already
me.
been there.
Yes. Men no longer are hunters, and they no longer go and whatever. Let's say go up and ask a girl for a drink in a bar, because they can just sit behind a screen and they can do whatever and look at girls like you, and it's kind of it's just ruining humanity, in my opinion.
People have always watched corn, and it's been around since forever. Even the pirate movies, like it's always been a thing. So, for example, OnlyFans just made it a platform so that girls cannot be scammed by people that are directing and doing things like corn and stuff like that. It was a platform for women to take their own and to be able to be like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get what I want out of it and not be controlled and abused in situations like in the corn industry.
Sorry, and no disrespect, I didn't know that corn or whatever we're gonna say it. I didn't know that had been around for what did you say? Thousands of years?
Yes, it's been around
with their cameras that long ago.
Y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people.
Whenever there was cameras, people.
Did she just say there were cameras thousands of years ago? Was this before Christ or after Christ?
We're making movies like that since the beginning.
So do you not think that now it's becoming exponentially worse? So,
I feel like at the end of the day, the whole point of like everyone in life, that's what you do is you mate. So if people like, it's already a thing that happens. So for me to just want to be able to do or make something from that when it's already happened anyways, I'm already being sexualized wherever I go. I'm taking my.
Stop it. You're not a victim. You sexualize yourself. This is what you do.
Stand for it. Like, you're going to sexualize me anyways? Okay, so that I'm going to get my money off of it, because no matter what, you're going to do that to me, no matter what.
I understand you and I hear you, but every single woman around this table gets sexualized when they walk down the street by men, and I don't think every single woman around this table has decided to spread her legs on camera.
Can I ask you a question, and don't take this offensively?
I'm not.
When you go out and DJ, right, and you're out there and you're spinning on the table, what type of outfits do you wear? Can I ask that?
I wear like a t-shirt, some denim shorts, a bandana, and headphones.
Is it kind of sexy and appealing? And do you think, do you have viewers?
I try to make my image look like quite like more interesting, but I don't dress like extremely provocatively.
But sexy, right? And that will bring people. If I'm doing,
there's a difference between dressing sexy because you have a talent and you are a DJ, and just only.
So what we're saying is we're capitalizing. We are capitalizing on being sexualized.
Stop it. Get some help.
And OnlyFans, like she was saying, OnlyFans is around. It's going to be around, right? It's not going anywhere. And I'm not going to miss that bread.
Well, we don't know that for a fact. But can I ask you a question?
It's funny how they see it as they're going to make money because they're being sexualized. It's really more like you're making money because you sexualize yourself. They need to take accountability for that aspect at least.
Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about
Well, either way, the corn industry in general, it's been around for as long as it's been around. So it's not just going to go away.
I'm going to keep interrupting you. Can I ask you a question?
Well, you haven't given anyone else time to talk. I'm not interrupting you. I was in the middle of saying something too. Your statements are very long, so people don't get a chance to actually say something.
I did want to say something. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you, just for clarification purposes, where do your morals come from? Are you Christian? Are you...
Morals in the sense of everyone talks about, empowerment of women, and like, is that the real definition of it? That's the notion of it. I don't think it's morally okay.
No, I'm not asking like your morals. I'm asking where they come from.
Those are my opinions. No, it doesn't have to be a specific religion. It's my personal preferences. Those are my opinions.
No, that's fine. Do you know where they were sourced from?
Based off of comments that came from here, it's bitchy. If you guys don't care about other people's opinions, isn't it kind of hypocritical and rude for you to say my opinions are bitchy?
It was the way you said it. You're like, I have morals.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No one's sitting here coming at you for what you're doing.
Those are your opinions.
Okay, cool. And that's your opinion. And that's your own opinion.
Are my opinions. You don't have any right to sit there and classify them as
she's well-educated person. So
I'm not sitting here and bashing you. I'm just saying morally, that's not what I think is okay.
Okay, well, you didn't state it like that. You said I have morals. You didn't say my morals.
I have morals to which.
This is a major problem women face when they try to tell each other the truth. Even the word morals was triggering.
I would not do that. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about her. I wasn't talking about your mother or her. Those are my morals, my opinions. I did not bash any one of you.
Okay.
But instead you sat there and said, oh, what a bitchy remark to make. Like, that's very, very rude.
Usually hit dogs holler.
I'm not upset at all by what you said. Like, I'm genuinely not upset. I'm just trying to get to the core of it. Like, everybody has somewhere where their morals were sourced from, right? Whether it be a religion, whether it be from their parents, and their parents had a specific reason for it. Do you, like, have a source in your head, or you're just like, this is stuff I've picked up over life?
It's just, I think, like, sex intimacy is, you know, a very vulnerable aspect to.
There's no big science to the way she thinks. This is just common sense.
To any type of individual, whether like whatever background you come from, whatever religion you come from. So those are my morals based off of how I perceive it. No judge, no shame to others. Those are just my opinions.
Okay.
Since this is a podcast about talking and discussing differences, I just
feel like it was the difference.
I just didn't know I would have gotten a remark as, oh, that's a very
well, it was the way that you said it. You said, I have morals, not these are my morals. It was the statement, though.
Morals
it wasn't. Okay, but do you not hear me talking?
Yeah, you can speak.
What I'm saying is you said, I have morals. You weren't like, these are my morals, so that's why I don't. You said, I have morals, stating that anyone else's morals are okay. That's what I got from it.
I never said other
well, those statement, the way you stated it, there's different states of things. So if you state it differently, then it will mean something else. But the way that you stated it sounded like you were saying it specifically. Like,
why are you getting so triggered by what she said? It's
I'm not getting triggered.
If you are going to perceive it that way, that's a personal problem.
One at a time. Let's start with chair 7. And then you guys, you can kind of hash this out.
That's based off of your perception. If you are going to understand my statement that's a personal problem. I did not say other people. I did not say this person, that person. I said my morals, X, Y, and Z. So I don't understand why you're perceiving this assumption.
She's triggered because she knows what she does lacks morals. And that's where all the frustration lies.
That I said this, and this to the point where you get offended and say that my opinion is bitchy. That's kind of very rude.
You didn't say my morals. You said I have morals. There was two different statements. I'm literally talking and you're talking over me. So I give you the time to speak and you can't give me the time to speak?
Yeah, let her respond.
Like,
that's fair.
You're sitting here saying, you're like, I don't do OnlyFans because I have morals. You're stating that everyone else's morals don't matter. You're not saying that's my morals, so I don't do it. I wouldn't have said anything if you were like, well, those are my morals. I would have been like, okay, that's understandable. But you're like, I have morals. So that's an attack.
It's not an attack to anyone. Those are my morals.
I'm just saying it's the way that you stated it. So maybe just like if you stated it differently, it would have came across differently.
She's tone policing on the micro level. Nothing's getting past her.
In any way, I have morals that are
I'm done
to
talking
me.
about this.
Those are my morals, and
because literally every time I'm talking, you interrupt me, and then you get mad about me interrupting you.
Hang on. To be fair, she did let you finish that last point.
I did.
That is the case.
Those are my morals.
I see you got your hand up. You guys don't have to raise your hand. It's only if the table gets so like insane with crosstalk. That's kind of when I'll break it up, but. I mean, for the most part, that hasn't been happening. It just kind of happened a little bit there, right? You guys are more than welcome to engage with each other. It's just that occasionally you can imagine what it's like for the listener if you got 6 people talking at once, they can't hear anything, right?
I just don't want to talk over people, but earlier we were talking about how the mother-daughter dynamic of, the difficulty of OF and influencing, and you wouldn't want your parent or your daughter going through that. And I had mentioned hate and judgment. And you said that you had learned how to deal with the hate and judgment. She could call me a million different words. She could tell me I'm nasty. She could tell me I'm a horrible person. It doesn't affect me one bit. I get those DMs every single day. You seem to be very offended by it.
No, this is just my reaction to it. This is my response to this statement.
Do you get like hate comments or offensive comments on the internet?
Yeah, but it's not like directly, like on the internet, it's different. Like people are behind a screen. Like that's completely different.
Do you respond to them and interact?
No,
with
I
them?
don't.
Okay, but you keep doing what you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, people are gonna have opinions. It's fine.
Yeah, it was just the way it was stated. It felt like an attack. So that's how I feel. But that was it, because it was the way that things were stated and it could have been stated differently. But I'm not like offended or anything. Like, it was just my reaction because we're on a podcast talking. So I'm supposed to have something to say back to that. I'm not supposed to just keep my mouth
I
quiet.
think it was the way that she worded it. She should have said personal
Yes,
morals
exactly. Instead of like,
Why does she have to word it a different way? Because you're too sensitive. It's reality. You can't handle the truth?
like I have morals
so I
saying
can
that.
empathize with that.
Yes, thank you.
You literally said, "Oh, at least I can sell it," or some notion of along those lines. You were
Yeah, that was
sitting
pretty
there.
rude.
Yeah, that was criticizing me. Did I sit there and get offended by it? I
You're not
don't
supposed to be
believe-
judging.
Yeah, you're
The way that
judging
she
whether you're being
stated
a
it,
I think both
hypocrite,
of you,
judging.
because then you were talking, I don't know what that comment was about their vagina or something
how
like
she can
that.
sell it. At least I can sell it.
No,
Okay,
it was
big-
you being
No, she said at least I
disrespectful.
can sell it. She said at least we can sell it, like perceiving it, saying like, oh, I don't have the capability to sell my pussy or something. I could if I wanted to. I just choose not to.
Okay.
Hence the fact that those are my opinions. I did not bash her. I did not bash her. I didn't even bash you two. So it was just my opinions. Morally, I don't find that to be okay. I would not do it. I would not want my daughter to do it, and so on and so forth. I do not bash. I do not judge others who do so. You do you. To each their own.
See the way you stated it there, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
See, that
I'm
is
glad you
understandable.
understood.
Yeah, it was the tone.
Yes, and the way that you said it.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like you ain't got no morals still.
That's what I call a chain reaction.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. The perfect recipe. May they remember me. My words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame. Hold it close to you. Check out my melodies. It's the media that's been leading you. I'll show you a thing. Misdirection, what's the message? They don't want you to win.
As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.